Yes, peoples. Welcome back to another episode of the Stockroom podcast, where I'm here with the boys. I'm here with the man them. An unfamiliar face that's going to become very familiar in a second or two. But Michael Bolu, how you man doing?
Good, man.
I'm okay.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, we dead, man.
Literally.
Can't complain.
Live and kicking. What are you saying?
I'm good, man.
Yeah?
I've done this so many times.
Hey, honestly, clocked in regularly.
You're tired?
Ill.
Oh,
No, not again. You just recovered.
oh no. Oh.
Hey,
That's
you know what? What
that's
teacher
from
was it? Was it Miss Matkins that used to say "die quietly"?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Whoa,
crazy.
waste, man.
Yeah, secondary school. People were coughing up, having a crazy fit. Die quietly.
She thought she cooked it down as well. It was just such.
Looking around for the laughs.
Yeah.
But we have a special guest on today.
The specialist of guests.
Hey, this guy here. If you see Jason Markk, you see people cleaning their shoes. You're wondering who's behind it. Who's making things happen in UK, Europe, Middle East, Asia,
Africa.
He's talking about.
You from Africa?
Talking about Geoffrey. Yeah, real seasoned veteran in the game. Welcome to the Stockroom.
That was a hell of an intro.
Hey man, I'll be getting better at these.
Thank you.
How are you, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm blessed.
Good, man. Good. How's your week been so far?
Can't believe it's just Tuesday.
Bro,
Friday.
Hey,
I literally tweeted that this morning. Like, I can't believe it is only Tuesday. I feel like I have done 3 weeks back to back, and it's actually just Tuesday.
Brother,
Hey.
you got back from holiday like yesterday.
Bro.
It was a really like holiday. I wasn't relaxing.
He put in his story. He was like, ever since I got back, the coffees have been like TC.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you've been back 2 days, bro.
Right.
What are you
Can
on?
I not feel positive about the coffees that I've been getting? Gosh,
Guys, I was thinking, you're so spoiled for choice.
how?
He was out in Dam asking, where's the best coffee shops? Lifestyle.
I hope it's coffee.
Or you
Yeah,
can
man.
go for coffee. Oh, of course.
Next question.
Can't take people seriously.
Hey,
Can't take people.
hey, man.
Damn, man.
Not again. Leave it alone.
Yeah, it's cool. I got it.
Hey,
But yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna get into a lot. Well, yeah, we're gonna get into a fair few of what you do, what you've been up to.
There's different layers. There's different layers.
There's different layers. He was even. Oh yeah, funnily enough, we both share a hobby.
Dude.
Oh,
Yes, you
bouldering.
do.
Yeah.
Oh, you climb. Swear. Oh, sick.
It's one of the things that I don't get me wrong. I'm not amazing, but it's one of the things that I started randomly because basically I've been wanting to do bare side quests.
Okay.
That's one of them. That swimming, for obvious reasons.
Wait, can you not swim?
No,
Okay, you know what?
That is
I can swim to
so-
survive. Swimming, bouldering. I even wrote some down. Table tennis. I want to get back into that.
Hear
Oh,
that?
that's a shout. I
Hear
literally
that.
bought a table tennis set for my sister and her friends at church because there's table tennis, there's no net and no. There's
Right.
table
Right.
tennis and bats.
Right.
There's a table and bats, no net, no balls.
The
So
guy
I just bought the.
the guy that stepped up.
Yeah, man, come on. I literally feel like that.
So dumb. But yeah, just very random side quests. So bouldering is one of them. Started November-ish, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say back in the last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
November-ish. Because obviously I torn my ACL, but I wanted to do something in the meantime, and that's always something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because I used to do it when I was younger,
Okay.
like not bouldering, but like outdoor type of stuff.
Okay.
When I went, when I was a cadet. But yeah,
Sick.
You were a cadet.
Whoa, we can't just
You
skip over
just
that.
dropped that. You were a cadet.
yeah. We'll speak about it after. It's a long
Swear
story.
that.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Was it in this
Were
country?
you prepping to represent your country?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
I was going to fight for this place.
Oh my God.
Fight for Kate Middleton. Fight for
Hey.
the Queen.
Crazy.
But no, yeah, I've been bouldering. How long have you been bouldering for? Because I was watching your video, I was like, rah, this is not no ordinary boulderer.
I'm not great. Like I've got a lot of friends that I climb with that are strong.
Bro,
Strong.
the physique of people who do, is it boulderers? I don't know the
Yeah,
name.
boulderers. I mean, rock climbers.
Yeah.
Same, right? Same.
The physique of rock climbers, yeah, there's one guy at the wall that I go to, and his arm is like this. His
Listen,
whole
it's-
upper, he looks skinny, but his whole upper body
It's just built.
bro, it's scary.
It's honestly the most complete sport.
Mm.
Like like the thing is like I rate people that are dedicated to the gym, but like you bring gym mentality into climbing gym, you're not gonna get far.
Yeah.
Like
How so?
It's a very, when I say complete sport, right? Besides like how
everything.
physically demanding it is, it's also very mentally challenging because you're problem solving on the spot. And like Emma just said, like it is a matter of using every strand of your muscle in your body.
Right.
We train our fingers. No sport trains their
Fingers.
fingers specifically, which leads to particular tendons in your scapula and your back. Like, my back's never looked like this before, and I'm not even in like top tip shape. But like, it's functional strength that you gain from it, that just makes you feel strong overall. And like, bouldering, so like I've been doing it on and off for maybe like 5 or 6 years, but
Okay.
like I started off doing sport climbing and lead climbing first, so that's where you clip in on
Yeah,
the top
yeah.
rope and stuff like that.
Belay in and stuff.
Yeah, and then because me and my friends couldn't like find time together, that's why we ended up like bouldering on our own time.
Fair.
So
man.
like full-time bouldering, I took it really seriously from like two years ago. COVID obviously doesn't really count for the
Yeah.
time that I've been climbing, but I took it really seriously coming out of COVID because I gained so much weight coming out of COVID, and I was definitely depressed, and I didn't realize I was depressed. So yeah, that was one of the 2 sports that I took on like really seriously coming out of COVID.
That and what else?
Running,
Yeah.
yeah. So
We'll talk about that as well.
I never used to run.
But
Fair.
even that, in terms of bouldering, the flexibility that you need, bro, your tiptoes on one boulder, your arm is somewhere, and there's this here. You see this part of your finger?
Yeah.
That's holding on to the next level.
That is all that your body weight
Balance.
is,
Yeah.
bro. It's crazy.
Crazy.
It's
I can't lie.
incredible. It makes you realize like the human anatomy's changed so much.
Yeah.
Like if you like, with all due respect to like the climbers that are dedicated to this and all those videos that go around Instagram, the guys that what we call campus climbing, where you just use your upper body to throw your momentum across, it basically looks like Tarzan, bro.
Yeah.
Like these guys are swinging like an ape index. In the ape index is like the span you have when your arms are all out, and you're basically training yourself to almost tap back into what we've evolutioned from.
Yeah.
But then you're just so much more intelligent now that you can apply it in different ways, if that makes sense.
Facts.
But like the more you look at pro climbers, the more it resembles like the apes and like,
Yeah.
you know, where we were cavemen and stuff like that. It's crazy.
But like seeing, I used to see some videos last summer, and it kind of got me interested in bouldering, but I didn't like pursue the interest.
Okay.
So then when I saw Eman doing it, I was like, I might. But like there was like races they'll do where it's like who can get to the top fastest.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
deep,
how
man.
the heck are you getting from bottom to top in less than 5 seconds?
Oh, deep.
I blinked,
Bro.
bro.
Yeah,
There
these
was
guys.
one I saw, it absolutely finished me. They said go, man just went
Shoom.
and then the way he swung his body
to the side.
It's incredible. Yeah.
That's crazy.
nah,
Like,
that
kudos
is
to you, but
serious
for real, I
strength.
can't lie.
Once you start, you won't stop. I promise.
Yeah.
You. If you
Yeah.
put yourself in the facility of climbing and you apply the love you have for any other sport that you do
Into that.
into climbing, I promise you, you won't want to like stop the sport. There's just so much to gain from consistency that like you'll be stronger in everything.
The amount of people that have asked me about it since, it's like, I can't lie, look, you feel like an influencer. Like, I'll post like 1 or 2 videos, and then it feels like every week that I go, more people are coming with me, because it's like, oh yeah, hey bro, what's that? I can't lie, that looks kind of lit, you know? And then it starts to grow and grow. So it's like now, weekly, like I haven't been for the past like 2 or 3 weeks because I've been busy every Friday, but I would say when we're there's probably about 15 to 20 of us.
Cold.
Just
You
around.
guys are rolling deep.
Yeah, bro.
Cold.
Just because it's like I'll invite people, and then
The man
they
them-
will
yeah.
invite They will invite their own people because
Yeah.
everyone just equally wants to do it, and it's like I can't lie, it's cold. It's cold. But yeah, let's move on to your other hobby that you've picked up as
Running.
well. Yeah.
Running.
When did you start that, and why? Is it one of those NPC things that I've been seeing around?
What do you mean NPC?
In terms of now, everyone's decided, you know what? I'm not mad at it. You know what? Fitness, let's all go for a run. Nobody's a couch potato. We've had a long COVID. As you said, you gained weight, I gained weight, everybody gained weight. Cool. Now people have started to get into the whole thing of running. You're seeing it around a lot more. When did you get into it? And why do you feel like everybody's doing it?
When did I get into it? I think it's August 2021.
Okay.
Why did I get into it?
Oh, then you were pretty ahead of the curve.
So when I got into
The first
it,
NPC.
was- maybe it was the ripple that caused the wave. Innit?
Yeah.
Um,
You're an influencer, don't worry. It's fine.
no. Let's not go there. Why did I start? So I guess like in short, my mental health like took a huge drop over COVID. My relationship went south, and then I realized that I wasn't loving myself properly, which probably then made it harder for me to love somebody else as well. So coming out of COVID, I was just kind of like, well, if I was the reason that somebody used to be happy and now I'm the reason they're unhappy, then it's probably better that we're not together. And in doing so,
Takes a lot to admit that as well.
That's deep.
dog.
Takes a lot.
That's deep.
Yeah.
such as life.
Yeah, real.
Like life ain't simple, bro.
Facts.
Like, and we wouldn't be here if it was. For real. But like, yeah, like her and I, we're still good friends till
Good.
today.
That's
you
good.
know, and I just guess it just wasn't the right time for the way things panned out, and that marked the year I was turning 30 actually. So I was turning 30 in May, coming out of COVID. The first thing I actually wanted to do was build a fixed gear bike again, because the last time I had a fixie was like 7-8 years ago.
Fair.
So I guess like the first hype of fixies, when like, you know, it was just like Mash San Francisco and like Chinelli doing collabs with people. That was like the first wave on when I got into like riding fix, because all of my friends were into fix.
Yeah.
Then my
Those
bike
bikes are
got
crazy
stolen.
as well. Oh,
Yeah,
stolen?
yeah, my bike got stolen at the time, so
Mad.
put me off building a new bike for years. My bike at the time wasn't even anything fancy, which was even more annoying, because if you looked at my bike, it just looked like I just put bare stickers on it. It was just sticker bomb to shits.
Fair enough.
So I was like, why would you steal that? They stole it, and I never built another bike again. And then my relationship at the time, I was like, I really have an itch to build a bike again.
Do you want to explain what fixies are?
Okay, so fixies are basically the bikes that are only supposed to be ridden road
Yeah.
in a velodrome. So it's
Oh,
a
okay,
single
yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
There's proper thin wheels.
Yeah. So you got like 700C wheels by 23. So 700 by 23C. 23C is the width. That's like your average kind of setup on a fixed gear. The casual side to a fixed gear is single speed. So essentially it's still a single seat bike. Fixed gear just basically means there isn't a free wheel on the hub. So you know when you're cycling and then you can coast.
Yeah.
You can't do that on a fixed gear.
You have to keep cycling
You have to
basically,
keep pedaling.
but you just slow down. For example, if you want to slow
You
down a
can
little.
slow down your cadence in how you pedal, but like you can't stop pedaling.
Right.
And if you do stop pedaling, you gotta know how to stop pedaling to balance.
Right.
So like sometimes I don't know if you see people at a traffic light balancing on their bike.
I can't lie, it's
Real
cold.
ones,
Yeah.
real ones are doing it because that's the most efficient way. It's called a track stand.
Right.
So before you shoot off on track, you get into a track stand to launch yourself.
Yeah.
So by the traffic light, same theory.
Yeah.
But then people don't see or understand why that is, and they try and do it.
Yeah.
And they're not on a fixed gear bike. They're
just on the
tethering
bike.
their brake.
Yeah. I used to do that when I was younger.
Yeah. So
Called you
And a
the
twist. Had a turn in my
Literally,
steering wheel to
just
balance.
yeah. Exactly. So fixed gear is basically there's one gear, you choose your ratio. So I ride 48-17. So that means 48 teeth in the front wheel of where the pedal and the crank is.
Okay.
17 teeth at the back. It's what you call city ratio, or it's a bit more than a courier ratio. So there's couriers that ride in New York and like in London, they all use 47-17, 48-17. It's spinny, but like it's quick to get from A to B.
So like front wheel drive and rear wheel drive.
So actually, fixed gear is really similar to like a unicycle.
Okay.
So everything's in the back wheel. So like when we brake, we're basically counter pedaling to skid. So when we brake, we can fishtail the bike.
Right.
Okay.
When we brake, it just looks mad epic.
Yeah, bro.
Just mad epic.
Because the back tire is just cold.
But like, I choose to ride with no brakes because my frame doesn't have brake holes.
Isn't that risky?
Yeah, it is.
Wait, is that the one that was stolen?
No, so my previous one that was stolen was also a track bike, but
with no brakes.
No brakes.
Imagine seeing a bike with no brakes.
That's why I hope Karma slapped his ass.
Fair play. Fair play.
I hope he ate shit trying to spin away. Bro, it takes a lot for you to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I was trying to wheelie a fixie.
Can you imagine?
People can,
Mad.
You can tether a fix. So actually, the reason why I choose to ride fixed is because you're in much more control of the bike than what you think. It's just complete alien to anybody that doesn't understand the physics behind it. But then once you start riding it, you get the hang of it, you realize all the time that you're lazy coasting, you could be pedaling.
Right.
So when my Strava is on whilst I'm pedaling, I don't even know how accurate the Strava is because you're probably basing it out of somebody who's got gears, race this and race that. So like the most accurate way to see how much calories I'm burning or how hard I'm cycling is probably to get like a heart rate strap. But I just love the thrill of being from A to B as fast as possible.
Fair
enough, man.
And coming out of COVID, I built a fixie again. My neighbor who lives away from me, like a block away from me, he's moved back to Hong Kong now, but he was like, yo, like I'll help you build a bike. And like we used to ride like almost 10 years before that.
Fair.
And he was still on it, but this guy had like 8 different bikes at this point.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like he was like, building a fixie is easy. The reason like people love fixies is because if anything goes wrong, you can sort out there and then. You ain't got to worry about a derailleur. You ain't got to worry about gears messing up. Like it literally is a chain, a crankset, 2 sets of wheels, a frame, a bar, and forks. And,
Fair.
And that's it. So anything that goes wrong, you can sort out there and then. And then he convinced me to cycle distances with him. We did. And then we cycled from London to Whitstable on a fixed gear. So Whitstable is Kent.
Oh, okay.
So the goal was actually to cycle from London to Deal, which is just past Dover.
Okay.
We were going to cycle overnight to watch the sunrise.
Mad.
And that distance where we stopped, because the sun had started rising way before we got to the destination, we ended it at Whitstable, which is basically like the Oyster Beach in Kent.
Yeah.
So that was like 108 kilometers.
It's crazy.
So, like I'd done that cycle, and then my boy Joel, who's actually now moved to Glasgow, but Joel would be a good person to try and get on the podcast if you can convince him to be in the public life.
Fair enough.
But like Joel is like one of my oldest friends in like collecting footwear and being like passionate about streetwear and stuff. And Joel was like, you should come for a run. And he had done this like years ago and tried to entice me, yo, if you run with these guys, you're going to get free gear. And I was like, no, bro. I was like, I'm not fucking running. I was like, I'm not running. And that year, because I was on a year of like confronting myself, I was like, what's the reason why you don't want to run? Like, what's the reason that you only run if you play football? Like, you only run if you need to run for a bus? When did I develop that mentality? And then I did like a deep dive into my history, and it's like, bro, we only ran cross country because we fucked up at PE, like because we weren't like shutting up when we were supposed to play football.
Fair.
Like it was a punishment to run. You know, like so I think like school was a big part of why I never liked running.
Right.
2 was like the school bullies were always fast, and like they would be like.
You know what?
No.
Fair.
Enough,
No,
man.
I can't lie. I'm deep in it now, yeah. In school, no, oh, bro, What you? Oh,
Fair enough.
nah. Like in school, all of the fast people were the people who were excluded or were going to jail.
That's true.
No.
It's true.
Like, think about
I
it.
said England's best hope at winning gold in the Olympics are all at 7,
I'm
5
telling
to
you
10
now,
right now.
Hey.
If I know I sound like a teacher, but if these people apply themselves,
They could have changed their life.
It's fact.
like
Hey.
I'm not gonna say something, but all of the fast people are really athletic people, like the people who are good at PE,
Yeah.
good at football,
Yeah,
good at
yeah,
basketball.
Yeah.
They're all convicts.
Yeah. They were all bullies, bro. They'll
Damn.
fuck you up and then just run.
They run.
And you ain't chasing
And-
them down. And bruv, in fact, there's some of them are so cocky because they know they outrun you. They'll just stand in front of you after they've just fucked you up. So like
That's painful.
that was school for me.
Yeah.
These were
what
the
I'm
people
saying.
chasing
Yeah.
people with fireworks.
That was school for me. So like,
Oh my gosh, man.
Let's not even get into that.
yeah, what the hell
Hey,
is that about?
hey.
Oh my god, yeah, what the hell
Hey.
is that about?
They'll catch you.
Yeah, for real.
That's it.
Honestly, what is that about? No, yeah, for real.
Stop running, bro. Stop running.
Like, and they will catch you.
Yeah, bro, they will.
Hey.
They're the same guys that were smoking at. I don't even know how they got cigarettes at that age. They were like
Hey.
14 or 15.
Calling by
They're
the bus stop.
Crazy.
Ciggies in hand.
These men
Where'd
were
you
in the-
source that?
This man were in the school football team smoking weed. Wait.
Yes, bruv. Yes, bro.
School football team, school rugby team.
Yes, bro.
Damn.
Oh, let's not get into rugby.
Hey man. Hey man.
Yeah.
But
That was the first time I heard about cat. Hey.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I was like, what? What you on, bro?
Oh my god.
My virgin eyes.
Hey, fam.
Yeah, good to you.
But yeah, I guess that was like, yeah, I just kind of made like this placebo idea in my head that I just didn't like running. So I was like, oh, what's 5k to 108 on a bike?
There's
So I turned up to a run for the first time.
Mm.
And I was like, you know what? This ain't that deep. So I thought.
Fair.
I guess it's easier when you're running with people as well.
Yeah, so run the Boroughs.
Yeah.
Is what I hold dear to my heart. Like, without a doubt, I wouldn't be running if there wasn't a group like that.
Mm.
I don't care how many other running groups are in the world, but
That
nobody
one.
touches Run the Boroughs. Like, the thing about Run the Boroughs is like, whether you like running or not, whether you're confident in running or not, like, they've got you.
Mm.
Like, nobody gets left behind.
Mm.
And like, the sincerest part about what they are is just like, they're just honestly a welcoming community.
Mm.
They take a lot to filter through to like let people come in, because if there wasn't quality control,
Yeah.
Everybody
then-
will be there.
do you know what I'm saying? So like, that's why they do community runs, to like almost vet out who's like interested in running or wants to consistently run with us.
Mm.
If you show up to like a couple of the community runs, hey, you can start joining us on a Wednesday run, because there's literally 2 people that man the run. There's Lewis, who's my boy, and there's Lam. But then Lam also injects like a strength and conditioning side to the run club.
Okay.
And then we've got Martina, who does the yoga.
Mm.
And then like there used to be Sunday runs, like every Sunday as well as a Wednesday.
Mm.
But like it's all switched up a bit, because now we're offering different kind of perspectives to kind of help the growth of running.
And general
'Cause you
fitness
can't
too.
just run.
Mm.
Like with any sport, you can't just do the sport and not do anything to help the growth of or strengthening of the sport. So yeah, like that first run, I thought I was amazing until like the 3rd kilometer, and I was like at the front of the pack, and then next thing you know, I was
Start to slowly-
stitching.
Mm.
I started getting a stitch. I was like, fuck. And then
Yeah.
I'm so far back. I was like, fuck. I was like, where'd all that energy go?
Mm.
And then as soon as I finished the run, bro, so where Run the Boroughs used to be like situated was the Edwin offices above, well, basically above the drop day. There
Okay.
was the Edwin offices downstairs, and then they were the very top stairs where Generation Works was based.
Okay.
And the stairs there are old and steep, and we'd have to climb like 3 flights of stairs. Bro, my legs were fucked.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't remember the last time that my legs felt like that. Like my
Damn.
legs felt like they belonged to the streets.
Damn.
Like, I was trying
Damn.
to walk downstairs, and like I couldn't retract my knee because like I was hurting.
Yeah.
Because I've just battered my body, and I was like, why do I feel like this? I cycled 108 kilometers the other week.
That was cool.
And this is 5K, bro. Like, what the hell? And then that's where you're like, you actually can't take different sports for granted. You know, like there's so many different muscle engagements and like so many things that are part of the process that make you stronger. So yeah, that was like the ultimatum for me. So Jeff, do you want to ever feel like this again? No. So you can quit today and never do this again, or
You can keep going
so
and so you
never
never
have
do that again. Yeah.
So I chose to keep going.
Fair.
It was just another goal for me to work towards bettering myself. That was a year of focusing on me, no goals, less trainers, just work and myself.
It's hard.
It was discipline. Like it was
What
discipline.
part of that is hard, E-man?
The less trainers.
Oh, bro, I didn't stick to the less trainers.
Fair.
I tried.
Hey, you gotta give it an attempt to
Support that counts, innit?
I tried to convince myself that hey, like this is gonna be the year where like I'm gonna have less trainers.
You cut down the numbers and you're like,
And then the running
yeah.
trainers went up. I was like, oh.
All right. So now we're on those. Now we spoke to Bradley from Foot Patrol, Bradley Martinez,
Yeah.
a couple months back about running shoes. So I want to ask you,
Yes.
what were the first pair of shoes you ran in, if you do remember what they were?
860 V10s.
Okay.
New Balance.
Yeah.
New Balances.
New Balances.
And what are your current go-to running shoes now, presently?
880 V12s and SC Elite V2s.
And who's your SC Elites from?
They're all New Balance.
New Balance.
New Balance. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a New Balance guy when it comes to running. Would
I
you say
am.
so?
I've got a pair of orders.
Okay.
Recently, I tried the Hokacello X1s as well.
Okay.
I'm not adamant to say that like New Balance are the best running shoes, but like with every big brand that does running, they have specific shoes for specific gaits for specific runners.
Right.
So the beautiful thing about the human anatomy is everybody's uniquely different. The same shoe that might be comfortable for me might be horrible for you. So some people require more of a stabilized kind of shoe where you're closer to the ground. Some people like running at extremely high speeds, so they have a higher stack in their shoe. And my everyday go-to running shoe is the 880 Fresh Foam, because it's a stability shoe, but it feels like I'm running on clouds. The one that I ran before that was the 860 V12, which is crazy because the 860 actually stems from the 860 V2 V1 that is now getting retro for ALD.
For ALD and stuff, yeah.
So to think that the shoes come this far in the space of like however many years is crazy.
Full circle as well.
Yeah. But yeah, like the SE Elite is a carbon fiber shoe. It's a race day shoe basically.
Right. Calm.
So what that means is you only really run it if you're trying to set a time or beat your
Is it
PB.
one run?
Not run. No,
Okay.
you can definitely get more than one run in them. But like it's basically you wouldn't want to train in that shoe.
Okay.
If you train in carbon, it's really bad for your knees and your back because it's so stiff.
Right.
That's why they say race day shoes. Like you're supposed to break them in, but like if you train in them consistently, you're gonna have injuries. You're gonna have problems. You're probably gonna walk funny as well. But like the evolution of running itself has changed the anatomy of my foot actually.
Mad.
So shoes that used to be really comfortable are not comfortable anymore. An example is a dunk. Like I've loved dunks my whole life. They're just so fucking uncomfortable now. They're crazy uncomfortable. Yeah, but like I'd have to like specifically put an insole in now to kind of like compensate for the difference.
Since now we're on the topic of footwear,
Yes.
I think it's time to go into what we have on foot.
Yep.
Perfect timing.
Michael, would you like to kick us off?
I'm
here.
Funny
kick
enough,
us off.
Here we go again.
on the topic of New Balance, I'm in a pair of
Well,
yeah.
that would shake Bluetooth shake.
I'm in the New Balance 990 V3 Teddy Santis Amethyst Purples. Had these for a little while now. Probably one of my most comfortable New Balances, I think. Stylistic wise, I'd say. Yeah, that's me.
Fair enough.
Today I'm wearing my rehash of an upcoming shoe that I didn't know was upcoming at the time. We've got the Plum Dunks in leather. Obviously, I Nike ID these. So the Plum Dunks, leather Plum Dunks with the gum sole, because I prefer gum rather than bread. I need to be different. Speaking of another different shoe,
They're clean though.
I appreciate, bro.
No,
Yeah.
I do like that. My love for dunks will never die.
It's just that.
It's just that they're just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like since they've gone over the whole revamp. Like I feel the SB still have a level of comfort, but
Yeah, I can't wear
the
them.
inline dunks,
Yeah, I can't wear them.
nah,
Do
man.
them things.
Nah.
Go to them things there.
Hey.
Chat to us.
I am wearing Veneda Carter's latest Timberland 6
Yeah.
Jesus.
boot in the all black.
Can't lie, I like these.
Black Krispy
Yeah.
Kreme.
Are they shining?
Yeah, bro. They're like black licorice.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Do you know what they remind me of? They remind me of SpongeBob shoes.
Oh yeah.
Not SpongeBob.
Like, in terms of
How
I can't remember
shiny
those-
the
yeah, how
boot is.
shiny
Yeah.
his
Like
bro.
there's that one spot of light.
Yeah, which I can now see. I can
Yeah.
see.
Do you have the wheat ones as well?
I do, yeah.
Fairs.
I do.
Which one do you prefer, the wheat ones to the black or black to wheat?
It's a trick question because it's black in it. You can just put it on at a time.
Yeah, but
So
the wheat is
There's a certain nostalgia to this black pair because it reminds me of kickers from back
Oh,
Hear it,
okay,
yeah.
I see
Hear
it.
it.
Yeah, there's a little red something
but the
somewhere.
wheat ones just look like the original glazed donut.
Glazed donuts, yeah.
I think like today's my first outing in these properly.
Okay.
okay.
Are they comfortable?
No. Let's not lie.
Style.
Let's
Let's
not lie.
Come on.
let's not.
Triple drown.
real.
Especially with this weather.
Like, let me be real. Yeah, the reason they're so loose is because you can't wear them any other way.
Right.
Oh, okay. Because it will start scratching
Yeah,
against.
so basically, 6 inches are built with a gusset
Okay.
to make them waterproof.
Gusset is such a funny word.
I know, you know what? You're not the first one who said that. So basically, what that means is the tongue is
It like
one
folds.
piece, it folds in.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So if you look at all the Gore-Tex renditions of a lot of lifestyle footwear, they all have a gusset. At the tongue. But because this is a because this is a patent leather boot,
Yeah.
It's mad stiff.
like they're not uncomfortable, but I'm not gonna tell you they're a dream to walk in.
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay.
I hear it.
I can't tie
These
them
aren't
up
gifted, are they?
No,
Okay, cool. That's yeah.
How much were they retail?
I think it was $250.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the wheat ones were there. Those were a gift. Which was
Say
nice.
that.
Yeah.
Hear it, man. 1 out of 2 is good, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I didn't even think I was gonna get them. I barely got the black ones.
Fair.
I got really lucky. So,
Clean though.
yeah, they're hot.
What,
Yeah.
what do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel about the whole Timberland trend that's going on now? Have you been wearing Timbs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had a pair of actually. So my first pair of Timbs that I actually bought for myself was when Kanye was still wearing Timbs.
Okay.
So checker shirt Kanye.
Yeah.
Easy 2 Kanye.
Yeah.
Amber Rose, Kanye.
First phase of Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
Kanye,
It's funny how that's how it was.
That's how you're describing Kanye, bro. By his women.
Yeah, season 1.
I think Amber Rose was the tail end of it.
Yeah.
Because Amber Rose was like around flashing lights and
Yeah, them
Yeah,
times.
so-
Yeah.
so I had an all black 6-inch boot from then
Okay.
because that was a US only thing, and then when it came to the UK, I was like, I need a pair.
Yeah.
Hey.
But then prior to that was at school, like the Split Rock. I think it's called the Split Rock and the Euro Dub
Okay.
Timberland. Those are things that I always wanted but I couldn't get.
Right.
And then my dad bought me some Timberlands that just looked like Clarks. I was like, that's dead. I was like,
It's just not the 6-inch.
you go to Bicester, you go Timberland, you don't get to pick any of the ones that look nice. You get the one that looks like a school shoe, and that's you for the next year and a half.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've always loved Timbs. I've always found them quite expensive, but then like,
The quality speaks for itself, kind of
yeah,
thing, innit?
bro, they're built to last.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you'll kick somebody's not that I'm advertising somebody's face in, but like, you'll kick somebody's face in and the toe box is still sturdy.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
workwear boots.
Yeah.
You know?
Meant to
and
do.
Timberland have hiking boots as well, and I feel like people don't kind of see the difference in it.
Yeah.
So like the field boot is like a hiking boot. You won't go hiking in a 6-inch.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of
You
course.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's a workwear boot. So,
Yeah.
It's
Because
workwear.
the field ones are like more so a bit rounded around the edges.
Yeah,
they're a bit
look
more
like a
sturdy.
sneaker. They
Yeah,
look like ACG Nike.
Exactly,
Stuff,
exactly
you know,
that.
Like
Or Karam. Is it Caramore? What's the name of that?
Carrymore,
Caramel.
yeah.
Caramel. All that kind of stuff is kind of like what Timberland are known for as well, you know. But like I feel like Timberland is definitely like a US influence.
Oh,
For sure,
definitely.
for sure, for sure.
Hip hop culture, music, all of that is.
Was it Timberland not celebrating? Was it last year that they
Yeah,
celebrated?
Yeah, they
50
celebrate
years.
the anniversary. Yeah,
Yeah. They've been going strong.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Bolu, chat to us.
I have my daily drivers, my weekly wearers.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, before this, I didn't think I didn't deep how much he wore the shoe.
Oh yeah,
These are,
I didn't actually.
this is
deep
regular rotation.
This is literally like I could be sleeping and be wearing these shoes. Like
This is your main hole.
this is my main squeeze. You know what I mean? I am wearing my. It's literally like when I come to the studio, I just have a spare pair of shoes in the boot just to change, just so you don't see this
These.
shoe every single day. Because I literally wear them like every single day.
Yeah,
Like, but yeah, I have my Yeezy Yeezy 700 V.
Yeah.
Two. Vans.
Yeah, I was waiting.
yeah.
I was waiting to see where you're
Go
going.
over the
with
line
that
eventually.
We're there.
But
one.
yeah.
And now on table.
Yes.
Important shoe.
Very.
Some might say Aaron
Aaron
Color. Others might say
Carnage.
Aaron Carnage.
Get it.
Do you know what this shoe here has? I think recent history has probably been the hyped, or if not one of the most hyped shoes in and around the world, and two, I would say this. Okay, let me not say around the world for this because I'm just thinking of the whole Cortez thing, but that's
You mean that as a silhouette?
no. In terms of like the story around it and the hype around it, and what it's encompassed. But yeah, probably one of the biggest shoes last year. I remember I was speaking to Lorenz about this, and he was like, "Bro, I don't know why I didn't see my shoes on your last top 10 shoes that dropped last year."
Because it did come out last year in the first iteration. Yeah.
But yeah, chat to us about
Yeah, Geoffrey, tell us about this pair. This
beauty.
Yeah,
I want to say it's one of none.
it is.
No, because
Because
That's a bar still.
no,
one of
but
none.
it can't be, can it?
One of None is
Well-
the episode title. Jeffrey,
Yes.
thank you so much.
one of none. I want to say they're one of none, but like I think Lorenzo's made a pair for himself.
But because I was speaking to Lorenzo about this a little while back when he did the Salomon collab
Yeah,
and how they were listed on StockX and there was a few pairs floating around.
yeah,
And I was like, technically, StockX shouldn't let somebody sell them on there because each shoe isn't identical. There's always going to be a margin of difference.
true.
So one of done is apt, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, mine is definitely one of none in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because this is not the released pair. This is the F&F pair.
Yeah.
And I actually, Lorenzo could correct me on this, but I want to take credit for inspiring him to do a greedy version of these.
Okay.
I said to him, I was like, I want a greedy version of the 95 featuring all 4 of your colorways.
Cold.
And where we say greedy, he says gluttony. So these are the Air Max 95 gluttonies.
Fair. Because you ask for everything.
Yeah,
Makes
exactly.
sense.
That's a
One-
cold name.
one
Makes
each.
sense.
Yeah.
So he's Christian, a Catholic Christian, I think.
Yeah.
And you know, when he dropped Gluttony, I was like, that is such a perfect rendition of
Yeah.
greed. 'Cause
Yeah.
that is what it is, right?
Please,
And,
sir, can I have some more?
Yeah, like, this is I guess like when you asked me to bring a pair, I was saying this to him and Bolu earlier. But it was hard to pick a special pair because like I have a lot of trainers. Like I might not flex my footwear like I used to when I'm younger because I'm 32 now. But like, you know, shout out to everybody who watches this podcast and listens in. But like, my kick game's deep, bro.
No,
Let's
serious.
Steady,
Chat
steady.
to him.
Chat to me.
Serious.
Nice.
twisted. Like you,
You ain't got no one of nuns.
bro, for real.
You all greedy. This is gluttony. Step correct.
Yeah, but my kick game is deep. But like, I try very hard to just be as humble about it as possible. It's like I don't know. It's just rubber and leather at the end of the day, you know. It's,
Yeah.
It's not too much to flex about. But like to have this shoe here is more than just a shoe to me. It really is like, it's like, you know, when you, I don't want to say like but like when people get to a certain point in their life and they buy a Rolex to mark that's that time they've made that Rolex money. That's like the benchmark. This shoe is a benchmark in my passion and in my career. Like it when you said special, I was like, this is special because not only like Lorenzo and I started off as just friends, but like the mutual passion that we have for footwear and the age gap between him and I, and he holds the same regard to why we love footwear and fashion and streetwear, even though there's that big of a difference in our age, is it made like the whole partnership between Lorenz.OG and Jason Markk that much more special. Yeah. For the fact that, like, we were talking about this pop-up from a year and a half ago. He was like, oh, Jeff, like, I have an idea. You know, I want to do this pop-up for Air Max Day. And it's going to be, you know, like, limited edition versions of his colorway on a set amount of pairs. He wanted to do 110. It was 110 for 110. And again, like, how many people actually know why the shoe's called 110? Yeah. Half the people aren't even old enough to see 95 and 110. Do you know what I mean? And like, bro, like, my school bullies were in 95. School bullies. Like, bro, it took me so long to come around loving the 95 because I hated that shoe. Yeah. Not because I hated the shoe, but I hated the association with it. Same with TNs, like MX Pluses. I hated the association with it because, bro, everybody wore pricks. Yeah.
For me, same with 90s.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, my favorite Air Max actually is a BW.
You know? Oh, really?
Yeah. That's a steady one.
Because, bro, like, it's... If you look at the shoe, there isn't another Air Max that looks remotely similar. Yeah. People say the 90 and the BW they don't look the same.
That black Persian violet colorway, I always remember it.
Hardest colorway.
Coldest.
Hardest colorway. But yeah, like this, sentimentally, this marks like, this is what you can do. Like if you stay truly passionate and consistent about what you love.
Especially having Nike back him on it. Because this isn't a collab as per se. It's more, I mean, it is a collab because he collabed with Nike on it in a sense that there was still Nike branding around the place and it's a Nike shoe. Yeah. But in terms of like, Nike don't really allow people to change their shoe as much as he has, if in terms of the whole tie-dye process and dropping it the way he dropped it. And I feel like everything was more so him than them.
So I think the ongoing conversation about what Lorenzo does, what Lorenz.OG is that people just always say he's a customizer. But like, if you followed his journey and truly understand why he calls his work samples, is because that's his way of creating a sample that then can be used with whichever brand that he's sampled on to then go into a full production. So like, it's more so him doing his visionary work on footwear and with the hopes that brands will recognize him as a color designer and an artist to work with a full production version of it. Right? So for him, I think it's a hard world to be in because there are so many people that bite his shit and like
seen a couple, man,
and they bite it so badly. Like it's shit. Like, sorry,
literally.
And like I don't. If you see how Lorenzo works, if you see every pair that released on the day, and you put them side by side, you wouldn't know that he hand dyed them.
Facts. Yeah. Facts.
You'd actually question like if he hand dyed them, but he did. And for the fact that he sold them for 110, bro, that shoe, that blank shoe itself is £180. Bro, he wasn't doing it for the money. Yeah. And that's what people don't understand. Like, I think I watched one of your episodes back, like people trying to shot it for 1.5, 2K thinking they're making it. bro.
Yeah.
There's 50 pairs of each colorway, bro.
This is literally what I was saying. Like,
Yeah.
Worldwide, it's 1 of 50.
I was like, guys like Leo Yachty have got pairs. Their stylists are looking at people listening for 2K and thinking, I've got a steal, I'm gonna pick up 3. And they're like, these are pairs that clearly people hold dear and hold special.
Yeah.
And the people that want them, obviously, from the people that, because don't get me wrong, yeah, 1.5, 2K, 3K, it's still good money in your pocket from a shoe that you're selling.
Yeah.
Of course,
It's great money.
Of course, from 110, that's a come up. bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? But with the knowledge of, cool, there are other people in that space that want it. Somebody could be like, how much is it? What, 10? 10K? I could pay that. I want it that much. My size, Percy, cool.
And that's
Let me get that.
This isn't a shoe that you can re-retro.
It's just it's so unique to where it is, and so I completely understand where you're coming from,
Yeah.
and we all are in collective agreement.
Yeah.
Because
Well, that's it. That's. I don't want to say that's the problem with today's like sneaker culture.
it's just a bit
But
different
like-
now, isn't it?
Like your man said, you know, it's the way people showed up on that day. Like we were amazed that it was that crazy.
Mm.
But like, the majority were resellers. But the majority was resellers. Let's be real.
And the thing
did
is,
you do?
you guys tried your best to filter
Yeah.
through. You did the whole
We
the
tried.
chocolates.
Yeah, we tried.
The
We tried to
tickets
make,
initially.
like, dude, that was Lorenzo's. Bro, Lorenzo turned that idea around a week before we had to go live.
Because I saw the chocolate in the store, and people thought the chocolate was going to drop in the actual store.
Bro, when Lorenzo said, Jeff, I want to do golden tickets. I was like, huh? I was like, what?
Yeah.
So bearing in mind, when you speak to Bradley about it,
Yeah.
me and Bradley were at this point where like, fam,
What's going on?
what the fuck?
So
Like,
at Mango's show, I saw Bradley and I was asking him about how it was. 'Cause he said he was project manager on it.
Yeah,
And it was like, there was times, where ideas would be in front. I was like, no, this is our budget.
Yeah.
This is actually our budget. We're not
Yeah,
going
bro.
over it.
bro, honestly, like, I love everybody that got involved, and I'm so chuffed we got over the line. But like, me and Bradley were playing good cop bad cop the whole time.
Fair.
Like, we were both like simultaneously project managing the thing in the best way possible, whilst making sure that we don't affect the brand that Lorenzo wants to execute, the vision and idea that he wants to execute. He had a vision that it had to be in Soho.
Right.
I had an opportunity to make it at 180 Strand.
Right.
Okay.
Which would have been a cool location as well.
He turned it down,
Interesting.
which I respect. Like,
Yeah.
massively.
Yeah.
But like,
180 Strand for, I feel like
Yeah. What is? Sorry.
180 Strand usually is where they do like art gallery exhibitions.
Gucci.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gucci
Like-
did their stuff there.
Yeah.
Gabriel Moses did the exhibition there as well.
Yeah, I went for
Campbell
that
Addy
Gucci
did it there.
campaign, yeah.
Like, bro,
Like that's like
that's
like
pinnacle.
yeah.
It's pinnacle.
It's like it's art in art, and you're allowed to show your art in that manner. But again, fair.
We had ties to. Okay, so like one of the hard set things that Lorenzo had in mind was he wanted the plinth, which displayed the shoes, to pay homage to how Virgil did it in Brooklyn, which is why the plinth and the shoes were laid out the way they were.
Right, makes sense.
We had ties to get Alaska in to potentially be part of the project. Like, obviously this is so up in the air, like
Right.
the conversation's never started, but we knew somebody
Who could get you
that
connected
could
to
have
at
tied
least.
that
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
and then the person that was gonna get us the space at 180 was gonna pattern it in a way where it would have been very cost effective for us to invest
Okay.
it on the fit out.
Yeah.
But Lorenzo was like, I don't know. He was like, my vision is like set on Soho. And I could tell you it was like maybe like 2 or 3 months we were going back and forward to the point where I was like, fuck, are we even gonna get
Get this
done
over
in
the
time?
line. Yeah.
Because like, you can't stop an artist from being creative. You can't stop a designer from designing.
Fact.
That's his job.
Fact.
My job is to
Actualize.
alleviate him and organize it. And Bradley's job was to tell him the reality of it. And like it just worked out so well that I was stressed. Like I was stressed in the very beginning because like we didn't have a lot of time. And like Mary Jane, who works very closely with me, and I hold very dearly to my heart, she's been in the game 30 years deep. She works directly for Gimme 5, and she knows everything there is to need to know everything there is to make a pop-up happen, to make a release happen, to make a collab happen. She is like a triple OG.
Here.
And she's telling me, Jeff, you guys have no time left. I'm like, and I've got, besides Lorenzo's thing, I've got Europe and UK to worry about.
Literally.
Business to worry about.
Literally.
So I'm like, fuck. And then I'm trying to convince my VP, yo, like, we need X amount of money to get this sorted. This is the ROI. We're basically banking everything on Lorenzo. What's the return of investment? I couldn't tell you.
And the shoe that he's selling for
I couldn't
discount
tell
price.
you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
All you can say is,
I couldn't tell
Allah
you.
provided.
He was like,
Trust me, bro.
Is the shoes being sold going to go back into... Nope. They go straight back to Lorenzo.
Yeah, that's another thing.
So
Yeah.
there was so many like...
Almost hurdles to get over, innit?
Right, it was like boulders. Literally boulders that we were trying to climb
Full circle.
over. You know, like that's what Zach was saying. Like it was honestly a challenge. But I just had to convince the team, like, if we don't do this, we fucked up.
Yeah.
And I was like, we've been in these situations before where we didn't do this and we fucked up.
fair.
And I was like, please believe in me. You know, please believe in me. Please believe in Lorenzo. You know, we signed him on as an ambassador. So a lot of people didn't know this. We signed him on as an ambassador for Jason Markk
Okay.
for about a year. And we requested for him to do nothing, really. Because ultimately, how it came about is Lorenzo actually used our products in his diet
videos.
procedure.
Yeah.
So, just a weekend gone, we released a Care from Head to Toe series. From
yeah,
Jason
I
Markk.
saw that, and that I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
That was real. That was really good.
Yeah. So that's actually something that we do internally. We've organised to work with like different creatives that are aligned with our vision and believe in our brand, like we believe in them, kind of thing. And it's a spotlight for the designer, the artist, the person we're collabing with to speak and give the world a better understanding of who they are as a person. And if you know Lorenzo hates the camera.
Yep.
He really doesn't want to speak in public. He
Yeah.
doesn't have to.
Don't
Yeah.
worry,
Bro,
I'm trying.
my days.
The amount of people that walk straight past him, not knowing he was Lorenzo,
Yeah.
is incredible.
He loves it.
It was
Honestly,
incredible.
He just be vibing. He'll just walk through like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, what's good, man?
I remember there
You know
was
what I'm saying?
at Sneakers Day. Yeah, we were talking to him, and then someone else, like, obviously they've seen us talking to him, and oh, like, who's that? We're like, oh, that's Lorenzo.OG. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, you have to, like, I feel like he's a guy that you have to take note of his face
yeah.
to understand who you're talking to. Because otherwise, you're talking to like another regular sneakerhead.
Yeah.
Fam, even at the release, like when he was, you know, when we were queuing up to get
Yeah.
the chocolate, like when he walked past, people didn't even know who he
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
He was just calling.
The fact that he gave it to you too, yeah, I was thinking, well, he didn't give it to you too. Let me not put it out like that.
No,
But
No,
the
he
fact that-
gave Bolly his one.
Yeah, he gave me my.
But it just happened that we were at the same.
Yeah.
But still, the fact that the way that I was thinking, right, this looks very industry planted.
Low.
I said the owner of the thing is the one giving you guys open it on camera the ticket. It was hilarious. That was the
The
side
pressure
note.
was immense. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I was opening. I was like, "Hey, yo, if there's nothing in there, what's gonna happen?"
It is deep. I can't lie.
Hey,
But how was the day for you? The actual day, the Saturday and the Sunday.
I can't say any less than amazing, to be fair.
Okay.
Like, I know there's like people that were unhappy.
of course, but that always happens.
Yeah,
There was a certain man that were trying to draw me out.
Oh yeah. I heard all of that, but this is the UK, man.
Bro, look, okay, I might not be the guy on streets like fucking camping out for footwear like I used to, bro. But
Yeah.
I've been doing this before you even knew trainers were flipping. Let's be real,
Yeah.
right? Like I was outside Nike Town with the man for Firm Pacific Galaxies.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like this is before the trappers became flippers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so like, with all due respect, like put some respect on my name before you come to me. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, you don't necessarily need to know who I am. But like, don't come to me like you're upset over some rubber shoes, bro. Like, chill out. They're just trainers. You know what I'm saying? And like, these are grown men.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
Grown men.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
it
not
comes
say
back. It comes back to the whole thing of like that level of entitlement. That I've been in the game this long. What? I know you're working the drop. What? You can't pat me a pair. But I've been here with you for, bro. Like this is work at the end of the day. Like
It doesn't work like that.
respects the working environment,
Yeah.
but apparently not.
Well, the thing is like, I think this is like a common thing that comes up in multiple platforms and conversations. Is like the level of entitlement that comes from you being a collector,
Yeah.
or like the level of like entitlement that comes with, oh, I have so many trainers. Like, how can you not look after me? There's people that are like that now. I'm talking like 10, 20 years older than me that are moving like that now. Like, when you really ask them what they've ever done for the community and for the game, when was the last time you didn't position yourself over that?
Because you know the thing is, like, even just being within the space and operating the way that, like, even we have in the last couple of years, some people are in quote unquote privileged positions
Yeah.
and haven't done anything to give back. Everything that they do is for the benefit of themselves and furthering their personal brand, their personal name. It's not like a thing of, oh, let's give back to the community that's helped us get to where we've got to.
Yeah.
But as soon as something's dropping, they want to come and flex their followers or their shoe collection or something and be like, I should be top of your list. Why have you shouted me?
Yeah. No, I agree. Like bro, people loosely throw the word community around. You don't even know how to spell community. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, 1M.
for real.
One M.
Like, honestly, it's like, man, like, if you're really about like community, you wouldn't throw anybody under the bus to make yourself look better. Do you know?
Yeah, you wouldn't move the way you do if that's what you cared about, innit?
Yeah.
But hey,
Over and told.
it's the life we live in it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go on.
Obviously, we're speaking about this whole shoe, and I feel like it's only right that you're here. I should have done this at the beginning, but your role in terms of Jason Markk's, and obviously you played a role in this Lorenz.OG situation with the 95s, but what do you actually do at Jason Markk?
What do I do?
And your job title, I guess.
So I guess my real-time job title is UK and EMEA marketing manager. My title is about to change to director of omnichannel for UK and EMEA. For Jason
Steady
Markk.
leveling up.
So yeah, what do I do for them? Everything that you see that's Jason Markk on this side of the world is what I do.
EMEA is what does that stand for? again?
Europe, Middle East and Asia, right? Africa.
Yeah. But they also threw me to Asia at some point. So
Fair.
I guess the A is
Double A.
Double A.
Yeah.
do that what you want.
EMEA.
But yeah, like what I do, I was the manager of the store when we had a store.
Yeah.
I'm also the person that goes around to all the retailers in and out of the UK, in and out of Europe, to train them so they know how to use the product, how to sell the product.
Right.
I'm the guy that puts the events together with brands, with retailers, with influencers, even creatives,
Activations and stuff.
and stuff. So I'm just trying to foster the culture of care. You know, like I'm just trying to do what we say. You know, like it's giving some substance to something that sounds amazing. But like the fact of the matter is what we do is genuinely what we love, which is why Jason Markk is Jason Markk. Like it's not in comparison to, it's not on the same level as.
It's just exists.
We've been around for 17 years before there was anybody around. We're still here now 17 years later, trying to like branch out and vary what we do. And now we're a care brand for wearables. So we're mostly known for sneaker care for sure.
Yeah.
That's what we hone. We've got drop-off services across the world doing it. You know, we still provide the best product to do it. We just recently got B Corp certified, so that's a massive step for us as a company. Because
and what is that for the people that don't know what B Corp?
So B Corp certified is basically a company that comes in, a corporation that comes in to audit the business to ensure that everything aligns with a certain requirement.
Okay.
And to make sure that what you say you are is truly what
true.
you are. So, an example, we say that we're 100% biodegradable and natural, and we've been saying that for a while now, but there wasn't a certification to prove it.
Right.
Before we reformulated a couple of years ago, we were on 98.3% natural. So we were 0.7% off because the fragrance was still not as natural as it could be.
Right.
Through further reformulation and development in the product and alignments over the last couple of years, you know, Jason, Scott, the team over in the US have spent a lot of time like reformulating, tweaking the business inside and out, from production to on the shelf to work ethics. You know, we put this, we put the stakeholders above shareholders. You know, like it's important for it to be that way because ultimately you can't foster a culture of care if you don't truly care.
Facts.
So, yeah, like we are basically the most official eco-friendly brand on the market that is certified. And it takes a long time to get the certification. And within that certification being gifted or given to us, we have to consistently make plans in striving forward to continue lessening our carbon footprint and making sure that everything we do is as eco-friendly and as sustainable as possible.
Cold.
So that's what B Corp means.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
It's huge.
Thank you. That's huge for the brand.
Yeah,
like,
literally,
honestly,
literally.
Big up the team in the US that have been grafting away, man.
How long have you been there for?
8 and a bit years now.
Wow. 8 and a bit.
Started from the bottom. You know, I was literally Mary Jane, who I mentioned earlier. So I was training to be a hairdresser at the time, and she used to be a client that comes in like once every 6 months. And this is when No Wave was massive.
Okay.
So No Wave is a podcast radio station. And everybody was wearing like this black No Wave tee. And one of the first things she's ever given me was a black No Wave tee. And she'd always ask for me to wash her hair. And she'd always tip me a $5 afterwards. And when we were like prepping her to get her haircut and stuff, we'd always have really great conversations, and she realized I was really passionate about footwear. When I moved to hairdressing, it was when Supreme was about to hit its peak.
Okay.
This is before there was security on the door. This is where like the Supreme Flyknits dropped, and I was the first 20 in a queue, and I didn't get a pair.
Mad.
Because it was like crazy.
Stupidly
crazy. And it was chaos. It was if it was as organized as how it was now, like we would have got a pair.
Yeah. And your collection probably would be even crazier than it is now.
No, exactly. And the thing is MJ asked me, hey, like, you know, we do this brand called Jason Markk. And I was like, okay. And she was like, do you know about it? I was like, I do. I use the essential kit. And she was like, well, do you wanna kind of work for it? I was like, huh? I was like, how do I what? So I was young at this point. Like, I was really young, like mid-20s. And I was like, what? I was like, there's a reason you meet certain people at different points in your life.
Facts.
I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. So she gave me an opportunity. So I'd take holiday from the hairdressers and the salon, and to work at Crep City, to work at Air Max Day when it first became a thing. And then I met Jason.
Mad.
Yeah, so Jason was in London on the Air Max Day that I was working towards, and I was in awe. I was like, whoa. I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
This is actually Jason
I
Markk.
was like, this is Jason Markk. I was like, shit. I remember taking. I've still got the photo somewhere.
Yeah.
Mad.
Where I took a photo with him.
Yeah.
Next to the old school throne, and I never looked back. I guess like I was continuously working part time for Jason Markk until I actually had to leave my job because I had really bad skin problems at the time.
Okay.
So I had to change careers, and then in between changing careers, I had a filler job. So I was working for Stussy for a year.
In the store or?
No, this is before there was a store again.
Right.
So I was working for the logistics team. So
Okay.
I was part of Stussy UK. So like I do have trainers. I've got like lots of Stussy. you
Fair.
know, and this is before Stussy kind of came back on full resurgence.
With the resurgence, yeah.
So, yeah, man, like that kind of like held me out for a year. I called MJ up and I was like, yo, like I really need a job because I've just been made redundant here. I've got bills to pay, you know. And she was like, okay, let me see what I can do. So she got me into Gibby 5 that does the distribution or did the distribution for Stussy.
Okay.
And I got like a 1 week temp job to pick and pack. Then extended to the second week. Halfway through the second week, they were like, yo, we need another person. Do you want to take this on full time? Didn't look back.
Yeah.
Went there for a year. In that year, I was still doing Jason Markk on and off. And then MJ was like, yeah, like there's talks about the store opening. I was like, oh, really? So at this point, I was already like working with her to organize activations and stuff. And she was like, I want to put you forward as a manager. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, shit. I've never been a manager for anything. She goes, well, you've got the manager traits from organizing these activations. And, you know, it's just applying it elsewhere. Store open. I got appointed as one of the 3 managers at the time. Store open for 3 years, closed during COVID. Coming out of it, like
That was quite. Sorry to cut you. The closing down of the store was quite like it was an important thing for a lot of people, because I feel like that was when people were like, oh, like what's next after COVID? Because I think COVID started, and you guys assessed pretty early that you wanted to close the store, so the store closed quite quickly into the pandemic. Yeah, and then it was like, because I think at the time we were probably getting ready to start our Clubhouse sessions. Yeah. Around that time. Yeah. So Clubhouse, for you guys that don't know, was an app that people used to speak about anything on. But we just wanted to talk about crepes, so we just started doing that. Yeah. And so at the time we were talking about like the benefits or the longevity of like brick and mortar and that kind of storefront situation versus like the online presence.
But yeah, go on.
Yeah.
And so one of the it was good, wasn't it?
That was a real good
Thanks,
one.
I'll take it.
One of the examples that we cited was obviously you guys closing. It was like, wow, like obviously some brands were like, cool, we're making money online, so we can afford to do that. Other brands were like, even if we are making money online, having this space isn't sustainable if we don't know when the pandemic's going to end. Yeah. And like, I guess that brings us to the question that if you knew the pandemic was going to last to the way it did, would the store still closed? I don't know if you can answer that, but